The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So that's got things underway. Pelé, a player joining here, a pretty exclusive club. This game is the 200th in his career for this side.
Yeah, and he looks like he's raring to go here too, Peter. You can really tell how eager he is to leave his mark on this game. And
goes for goal! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Rijkaard is there, and he can get that clear. England are looking to go forward now. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Ibrahimovic finds himself offside. Yaya Toure. And it's Lam. Here's Scholes. Pull it. Yamal knocks it out wide. It's a promising position, and it's played in. Out of play for a goal kick. Rafinha. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Lam. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Milan are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now that's well seen too. And here's Yamal. Rafinha. Rafinha. Nesta calmly anticipates. Yaya Toure. Pelé. Milan looking to pass their way through. Rafinha. And this is Hazard. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Out towards the flank. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. England have reclaimed it. Nuno Mendes. Lam is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Milan finding their passes. João Neves. And it's Neves. And he's had a hit! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Yamal. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He's through here. And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So your views on the first half?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0.
Substitution in progress.
Here we go again then.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later. Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Olise. Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Gabriel. England trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
João Neves picks it up out wide.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And he's taking no chances there. And he whips it in. Climbs up big! He's missed, but not by that far. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Beckham charging forward, the ball at his feet. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Pelé, and here's Beckham. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Burak Yilmaz. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked...
He's got tall. Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Pelé, Beckham, and the finish! He scores! The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Substitutions taking place.
Milan have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution. So we have the first goal.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
Deep cross. Rijkaard with the clearance. Rummenigge! Oh, it rattles the bar. Oh, this is a... And again! And yes, it's there! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. That is a super smooth goal. Beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Now it's Burak Yilmaz. Quality ball. And that is that. Milan can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency. Beckham picking up the Man of the Match award. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're on the way.
Luis Suarez really is a player who can do everything. He makes a more than decent target man, and his energy levels mean...
Luis Suarez! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Milan with the corner, they're first. Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Corner number 2 then. Messi with the short one. And that has been cleared. Has a shot! Oh, that's quite incredible!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
What are you thinking about the goal?
Well, I thought once he got the first part of it right by getting his knee over the ball, it was always likely to be drilled very low, and so it proved.
So, a breakthrough already. Pull it. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Alexander-Arnold knocks it into space. Played back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
De Bruyne. Now this... He's had a shot! He scores! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful.
Takes a shot! Sensational from Suarez! A finish of true class! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! Oh, that is a gem. The audacity to try it, and he made it count.
The execution here was absolutely awesome. They should be erecting a statue in his honour for that.
Milan, chance for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
They've played it short, and this is De Bruyne, and this is a real chance! And it's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
De Bruyne. Now he's got space here. And a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Goal! Manchester United! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Isak at his razor-sharp best there.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Manchester United get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear...
Goes for a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Manchester United have their second corner now. Olise plays it short. Nicely aimed pass. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Pele. Yaya Toure is one of those players who's... And there's the end of the first half. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
For support for our World Charity Fund. Substitution for Milan, number 11, Suarez, number 10, Pele,
And we're underway again.
Messi.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too...
And he's had a hit!
Number 24.
Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Olise is offering a wry smile there.
Manchester United have their third corner. It's gone out for a throw-in. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
It is another opportunity from a set piece they have here. They're taking a moment to consider their options. Lahm puts his foot on the gas. And it's Bale. In towards the back stick. Martinez claims it, safe hands.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that be... Up he goes! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Hazard. Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. Maldini deals with that comfortably. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. And here's Mbappe. Yaya Toure.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Nice bit of... Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, that's fabulous. There's the delivery. And that has been knocked clear. Looking for options for movement.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, they can break here. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And here's Beckham. Plays a sharp little ball here. It's a promising position.
Milan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Jimenez kept his eye on it, and he's there. Hullet. Oh, played right into his path. And this is Hullet. Oh, that's nice. He is through here. Crossed it. Oh, what a climb! No mistake! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Substitution for Milan. Number 15, Hullet.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Coming on the field.
This is quite a battle.
Milan really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win.
Decent chance! That is a crunching tackle.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe...
And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Lovely bit of skill. Shoots! Oh, split-second reaction.
Olise clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. And the number on the board is 3. No way through. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Azar. Mbappe! And that is that. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Your reflections then, Jim?
Milan certainly had some good moments, Peter.
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, a player that's very much moulded in the role of the traditional Spanish number 5 is Rodri. He certainly has the sort of physique that would allow him to do the job. He has both the muscle and the brains to provide the creative and defensive support whenever necessary.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Looking for the run. Ibrahimovic! And we have our very first corner. Terrific header! It's hit the crossbar. Just off target.
I don't need to tell you he got underneath it, and there's only one place it can go.
Messi. To Lam. Yaya Toure. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pelé. Looking for options for movement. Drives it in. Shoots! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Saliba spots it and intercepts. Well read, nice interception.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, well played, well played. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Up he goes!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, good-looking ball.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Batistuta. Batistuta stood his ground strongly. Yaya Toure. Oh, there's a probing ball. Just eases him off the ball. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And he's been shifted off it. Nesta gets across to intercept that. And it's half-time here. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Milan head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
Substitution in progress.
So off we go once more.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Messi. Saliba cuts out the pass. Rodri. Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Stojkovic. Maldini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Looking to play him in. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Bale is wide and looking to get onto this. And a chance! He's got a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Now it's Messi. Tries to play it through. Messi looking to run onto it. Thuram clears it away. And the counter is on. And back to the keeper. Scholes. Now there's a fine ball.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Abiati. Pele. Rummenigge. Maldini. Bergomi. Maldini. And it's Maldini. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Forlan. And he's got the beating of his man.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Beckenbauer. Robertson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Messi. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Modric conjures time and space where few can. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he cuts out the supply. That's a cute ball. Floated through. Van der Sar claims comfortably.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Scholes. Neymar.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
Substitution for Milan, number 18, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 22,
Here we go again.
Messi.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Koller looks to get on the end of this. That's a little off target. Modric. Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
No, it's come to nothing. Now, what about this cross?
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Now he's off and running. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Oh, super ball. Can he finish? They've scored! Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Gerrard. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Elects to cross. He gets big. Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
And it's Scholes. Beckham is always looking to play quality balls. And here's Hullet. Hullet. And that has put paid to that.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And it's Lahm.
That was lovely, that.
Tries to pass it through. Beckham with the climbs up big. He's scored. AC Milan are all square. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Milan really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down and to be...
Shot, surely! Yes, he's done it! And that may just do it! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Substitution for Milan, number 10, Pele. Number 15,
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Number 7, Gerrard.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from... It's a mighty effort!
Number 6,
Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
substitution in progress.
Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Lahm. Some good work on the right flank here. In towards the back stick. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Milan perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Milan absolutely
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Milan.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Maldini is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Crossed into the box. Oh, what a class! Off the post. Rodri clears. Milan have got it back and they'll have another go.
Luis Suarez really is a player who can do everything. He makes a more than...
Can he finish? They want to be quick to recover this.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Played out wide. Driving on and making good progress. Lahm delivers. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Looking for the run. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And they've got a throw. And that's definitely not his best. That'll be a throw-in. Milan are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. .30 minutes gone. And it's Bernardo Silva. Nedved plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Lahm. Messi. Lahm. Cross into the box. And that has been knocked clear. Raya breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Now it's Bale. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Bergomi. Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Rooney. And he's away. That's good defending. Very good defending.
Oh, makes every duel look like a total mismatch.
And we hit half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Today, please watch the screen for train departure times from all local major stations. Substitution for Barcelona. Number 21, Bale. Number 17,
Here we go again.
Rice.
Milan have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Now it's Bale. Lahm plays it. Big header! And it's a goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Lam is always looking to play quality balls. And they've got rid. And it's Messi. He's had it taken off him. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
In towards the back stick. Bergomi clears it away. And this is Bernardo Silva. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Turns back here, probably the best option.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Can he get it through? Cute ball now, how... It's Gerrard! And it's come back out to him. Well, now it's a red... Oh, he's been caught, and he's following up!
This is a show of real intent to add another goal to their lead. No hesitation whatsoever.
Lam has it in a wide position. Terrific header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 13.
Barcelona can make their change now with a break in play.
Number 18, Rooney. Coming on the field, number 10, Messi. Number
And that's another good win of the ball.
There they go, hunting again.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And that will be it. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Collar picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams that scrapped for everything.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
David De Gea. He's one of the all-time great shot stoppers, Peter. His positioning is superb, and he always seems to pick the perfect moment to rush off his line. What I really like about him is the way he keeps his frame big to make life as difficult as possible for strikers. And the manager will be hoping for a few more clean sheets now that he's in the team.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Bergomi. And it's Maldini. Here's Scholes. That's a shade optimistic. And it's Messi. Now here's the delivery. And he's quick to get it clear again. Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He's got Tool. Goal! Milan! What a header. Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Borussia Dortmund finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And Messi! Ambitious, but just off target.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Vitinha. Just eases him off the ball. And he's there to belt it away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He has found the way. There's the header! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Scholes. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Can he get it through? That is good alertness. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Bergomi is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Milan have got it back and they'll have another go. Pelé. Messi picks it up out wide. Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And it's Hullet. Hullet goes for goal! Adams. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Milan have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0.
substitution for Milan. Number 22, Messi.
There's the start of the second half. A
Scores.
solitary goal.
Running on the
That has been
field,
the crucial
number
difference.
24, Beckham. Number 19, Rijkaard.
Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Rijkaard. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Nicely weighted ball. Adams. Bernardo Silva. Adams. Robertson is one whose deliveries we all know about. Pullet. It's a goal kick. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Robertson. Looking for options for movement.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
He is through here. He's going for goal! Oh, it rattles the bar! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Borussia Dortmund really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Oh, that's an excellent interception. And that is as far as they're going to go. Bruno Fernandes. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Nesta is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. He's in space and looking for options, and he gets big! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. And time is up. Milan have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression, there are quite good replacements on the bench.
Oh, good ball. Chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
It's goals! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Robertson getting this one clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Couldn't squeeze it through. Now it's Pele. Strokes it back. Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, what has happened here? Rodri can get it clear. And it's Scholes. He's gone for goal! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Messi. Aimed beyond the defence. Messi. Messi! Oh, crossbar! It's goals! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Danger averted for now. And it's dealt with by the outrushing keeper. Yaya Toure is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Oh, well played, well played. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Scholes! Scholes! A princely strike! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! It had to come! It just had to come! He had to have his say! Reflections on the goal?
Yeah, and anything that's hit low with real pace like that makes it so much harder for the keeper.
Can he finish? Oh, that's fabulous! That is a gem! An absolute gem!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Argentina get themselves back into contention.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And it's Yaya Toure. Now it's Messi. He's through here.
There will be 3 minutes added.
Look at the space. Oh, shooting chance! It's in! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produce something out of
And that'll be the last act of the first half.
Milan are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say Deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Milan are broadly in charge, but the contest is still alive at 3-1. So off we go once more. Lahm looking to get on the end of this. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And no surprise, that's a booking. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. And here's Messi. No, he's not getting any further than that. It scores! Scores! That's brilliant! About as smooth as it gets. And they are cruising away. Any deeper thoughts about that goal?
I love the technique in that finish. There was a concentration to keep it down.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Pressing high and with purpose. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Looking to play him in. Argentina finding their passes.
Milan are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
And no, that was never going to make it. 60 minutes played. Messi. Now it's Pelé. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. He's in plenty of space here. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 21. Coming on
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Oh, he's bustling through here. Messi! He's kept it out just.
Messi probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Pullet is firing after that one. And this is Hullet. Hullet. He came in hard, very hard. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now that's well seen too. Haaland. Lahm cuts it out. Lovely pass. Chance for a shot! And somehow he kept it out.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 10. Number 14. Neymar. Coming on the field. Number 11. Raúl. Number 18. Rivaldo.
iPhone charge. iPhone charge.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here. Messi reaching his double century today, well on his way to becoming a part of the furniture in this part of the footballing world.
Yeah, and he looks like he's raring to go here too, Peter. You can really tell how eager he is to leave his mark on this game. And when he's in that sort of a mood, he usually gets what he wants.
Rijkaard. Baresi. Bastoni. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He has found the way through. There's the header! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Costa Curta. And the pass is intercepted. Quarter of an hour played. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
That looks a good ball through. Chance for a shot! Goal! Norway! And it's Norway who take the lead. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Norway have taken the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Pirlo. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Norway looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Costa Curta. Passes short and sharp. And that's a dangerous... Mbappe! And yes, it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Norway are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Half-time getting close now. The ball has bounced loose now. Now it's Hullet.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Roberto Carlos. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Hullet. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Reflections on the first half?
Milan certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing. Don't leave the door open for the opposition.
And for Milan, number 18, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
And the action
Number
is back
15,
underway.
Gullit.
Well, I think they
Number
have to be
23,
positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Koller is sharing after that one. Oh, he's found support out wide. Gets his head on it! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Costa Curta.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Roberto Carlos. Nice bit of trickery. He's found a way through. Plays it in. Takes a shot! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Costa Curta. Milan still have the cards to affect this game. That has been cut short. And that's going right the way across. And it's Messi. Roberto Carlos. Now Costa Curta. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Roberto Carlos. And he skips past his man. Shot at goal! Oh no, it's an own goal!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Norway got some help from Lady Luck there. He's got tall! Read the delivery beautifully, but got the finish all wrong. Costa Curta. He won't be happy with that one. Knocks it into space. There's the a header! He scored! And they are right back within touch! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Beckham with the cross, real chance! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Conte. Rijkaard. Well, that is one way to stop him.
Has been indicated.
Messi is onto it in a flash. Pirlo. Baresi. And we're done. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.